quiet as kept, I personally like to explore the cities that I travel to as a model. I am not one of the girlies who, I get there, I do my work, and I go home. I have never been that girl, ever. So once I was done with the fitting for the day, I actually put on a cute little fit.
5 shows made 3 million a week. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the best.
Hey there, besties. Welcome to the summer sessions. Live life with me and learn something on the way. So today you guys are going to be spending the day with me on a travel day as a model. Here's what I do when I land the day before my model job starts. First things first, get into the cute little outfit because we are going to lunch. Okay, I know y'all see the body. Don't worry. I'm going to show y'all exactly how I got it too. That'll be another video. But I actually was staying at the airport. There's a hotel attached to the airport. This happens in a lot of US cities. And so I stayed there. That's where the client put me up. So once I got my little lunch, it was time to get into the body, okay? Because traveling is no excuse to not experience working out, okay? Whether it's in the gym, doing some cardio, doing a run, doing some swimming, taking a long walk, whatever you gotta do, get in motion, okay? For me, the second I learned that this hotel had a gym, I was there. And not just a fitness center, a pool too, but I had to keep the hair in check. So I did not do that, but I did do this. I will do a separate video of a full workout, okay, that you guys can do as well if you guys are trying to, of course, build up your model body, make it a little bit better, get into it a little bit more without it needing to be a whole to-do. I got y'all covered. It'll be about a 10-minute workout, and it's something that you can do whether you are at home and just have a mat or whether you are traveling and on the go. I got you covered. As for this video, I started off with a run. I normally do about 10 minutes, or I will do like a really intense quarter mile. Either way, I get that heart rate pumping. Okay, I get my muscles warmed up. I look good doing it. You see the material. And then from there, I think for this day, I did an ab workout. It was still a full body activation, but the focus was abs, okay? Because I wanted my body to be nice and right when I showed up for work tomorrow. But as you guys can see, I definitely hit up almost a full mile, but I kept it cute with a little 10, 11 minutes. Next things next, once I was done with my whole ab workout, I went back to my room, took a nice little shower, and then I got dressed for the day because quiet as kept, I personally like to explore the cities that I travel to as a model. I am not one of the girlies who, I get there, I do my work, and I go home. I have never been that girl, ever. So once I was done with the fitting for the day, I actually put on a cute little fit, all green, a little Texas little flair with a little cowboy print. Actually it's not Texas, Western flair with a little cowboy print. But I had the cute little outfit, I had my puff, I had my little makeup, and I went out. I was so excited. The sunset was beautiful, y'all. Oh my gosh. It's always interesting whenever I travel to the middle of America. Sunsets are just different. They just are, because you don't have any of these, you don't have an ocean. So I live in South Florida, so I have an ocean for my sunrises. And if I go on the other side of the state, I can see the sunset in the ocean as well. So whenever I'm not on a coast, it's always interesting seeing the sunsets, for sure. Now, once that sun was set, it was set, baby. I was well on my way into downtown. First thing I did was have a little bit of food. Okay, I had me a nice little salad, little chomp, because I was actually meeting one of my fellow models out and about in town. So after the fitting that day, I connected with all the models that were there, and some of us were brave enough to go out, before we got to work the next day. So I got myself a nice little salad. I got myself some sparkling water. I kept it cute, had some bread. This was so good, and it was just what I needed to go and conquer the night without, suffering the next morning. I'll just put it like that. So I got a quick little Uber, and I met one of my fellow models at this rooftop bar that I found. Oh my gosh, I want to see all the views of the city. I am curious, do you guys know what city I'm in based on these little landmarks that we're going to be passing in this car ride? And I say little, like it's not like a gigantic bear right there, but do you know what city I'm in? Let me know. Put it in the comments, okay? You might have been able to read it on that slide that we just walked past, but either way, I'm excited. So I make it to the rooftop. She beats me there because I had to take an Uber from another place, but I go to the rooftop, and It's called 5430 because you are 5,400 feet above sea level. Wild. Okay, and if that didn't tell you where I was at, I don't know what will. So we each got a nice libation off of their menu, and then look at the views. There was this like crimson red moon. All the city was so lit up. It was so nice. It was just so nice. Okay. And then we finally found somewhere to sit down because, child, people, this is like the spot, I guess, or one of the very infamous spots. They have really nice strong drinks. The ambiance is there. So people get a little seat and they stay. So there was like no seats when we walked in. But after a while, those guys that you see kind of like got up. And so we kind of like made our way over there and sat down, had a good time. Now, once we left there, I found this other place that I wanted us to go to. Okay, so look at the decor. That's the visuals we had when we left. Okay. The next place that we went to it took us a journey to get there. A whole journey. It was at this hotel, but as you can see, the hotel spans both sides of the street. And so we didn't know, like, how do we get into this hotel? Do we go around this way? Do we go around that way? Is it on this side of the street, that side of the street? It's like literally 2 blocks just for this one hotel. We finally make our way inside, and y'all, it seems like a ghost town. Oh my gosh. It was giving The Shining. It was literally giving The Shining. Do y'all see how all this decor is so beautiful, but there's nobody there? Spoiler alert, this is how it felt in the city as well. Y'all have all this room, all these buildings, all these things, but there's nobody here. This whole visual, I know y'all don't even see, like, I had to cut this because the acoustics was crazy, but we finally found somebody to direct us to this spot, the tavern, because we were going the wrong way because there was nobody in there. So they pointed us to the tavern. We made it there. And the whole reason we even came here was for one thing that I saw on TikTok. And nope, it wasn't the drinks. It was this amazing dessert. Oh my gosh, do y'all see this? It was a dream. I was already so full from the rooftop bar and the meal that I had. I was so full, I still cleared that whole plate. Okay. Now, once we were done there, we actually hopped back on the train because their train takes you from this station all the way back to the airport. And since our hotel is connected to the airport, all we had to do was get on the train, and in about 20 to 30 minutes, we were back at the hotel. Okay? Just in time for a good night's sleep. Y'all, this was only like a few highlights of the day. I didn't even go into the fitting that I had, which was, I got paid for that. Get into it. Got my money up, got my per diem. And then I got to have a day just like this, working out, traveling, meeting up with fellow models. It was just such a vibe. It was just such a vibe, and I'm such a fan. If you're a model and you have the pleasure of traveling, or even if you're local, enjoy your jobs, enjoy the city, make the memories, okay? Because this is what's going to make the trip actually worth it. The money too. That's it for this summer session. I will talk to you guys again on the next one. Bye.